Build battle is a great way to define your points of weakness as a builder. My biggest struggle in terms of building or creating is time management. I often get so lost in the details that I leave important forms unfinished, so this is very valuable practice. I play this game for fun every now and then, and so I thought I'd give myself a little challenge to make things more interesting while trying to improve my ideas and build speed. My goal? Obtain 10 legendary builds. A legendary diamond reign happens when more than 25% of voters vote legendary. 3 factors play into this: a good theme, a good idea, and a good execution. But there's an elusive 4th factor that lies completely out of your control, and that is the people in the lobby. Look at them all. Walking, pixelated proof of the flaws in a democratic society. I'm kidding. It's not that serious, but it is. I'm working on solo mode for the 5-minute timer as opposed to the pro mode 10 minutes. Figure I'll work my way up once I shake off the rust. It's been a while since I've played. 5 minutes is an obscenely short amount of time to come up with an idea and execute it. It leaves absolutely no room for error and really keeps you engaged. It's a lot of fun when you get an idea you're excited about and race to get it finished. The first few seconds of a round are crucial. When thrown into the voting, I quickly come up with mental images of what a build in what theme could look like while hovering over the options. I usually vote for the one I'm most confident about. I like working with organics and natural forms like animals. I shy away from themes like truck, bicycle, football, and, trampoline. Vehicles, sports, and some static objects aren't super fun to work with. Here I am, voting for clock anyways, which is in fact a static object, but I do like the feeling of detail and history that you can get from an old grandfather clock. I easily picked out a dark color scheme and started building the form at the side of the plot, so I didn't have to worry about the back of the build. This was pretty easy to do. I made sure to get the overall form down quickly and not linger over any sections for too long. I wasn't too worried about it looking boxy because a couple stairs would pull it together in the end, and you'll see what I mean in a bit. In the last few seconds, I panicked to get a flooring down and, silly me, decided to use the gold for contrast. I thought. I was instantly blinded and raced to fix it with some dark oak, but I couldn't get it to the menu in time. Despite that mistake, the audience was still impressed, and I managed to bag a win. Next round. I imagined a pretty nice bouncy castle when faced with this theme. Something super colorful and fun, but it tied with Crab, and Crab won. I'm not mad. I'd like to say I had thoughts about this build, or a plan in mind, but the only thing I could think of was the little dancing crabs from Crab Rave. That was playing in my head for the entirety of this build, and let me tell you, it was a blast. He ended up looking really cute. I had a little extra time at the end that I didn't account for, so I quickly framed the plot with some sand dunes. Walking into the voting, I was a bit skeptical on whether or not I would get the legendary. He was a good-looking crab, but there wasn't really anything special about him. Sorry, buddy. I should have given him a hat or maybe a bow tie or something, just to add a bit of character. A bit of pizzazz. Oh, here we are. Hold your breath. Please, please. I'm very proud of him. Let's go! As soon as I see fire as a theme, I watch it like a hawk. At this point, I don't have any super votes, so it's up to luck. Fire means that I can build a dragon. Any chance I get at building some kind of flying or mythical creature, I am sold. It won the vote, and I got straight to work. I already had a vision of a dragon head breathing fire. I didn't want to build the whole body for fear it would take up too much of my time, so I spent it making the head look really, really good. These custom heads sell this build. They work perfectly for teeth and scales, so the whole thing comes together really well. As expected, it was a hit with the audience, and I sealed the victory. Hi? Are you okay? This was a decent batch of themes. I probably picked the easiest one. I'm not super passionate about fountains, so I brought out my secret weapon, floating islands. If there's ever a simple theme that you want to make really good, I'm not even kidding, just slap it on top of a floating island. People will love it. It doesn't even have to look good. Oh, that actually looks quite bad. If this is the one that gets legendary, I'm okay. Legendaries aren't always deserved. What? What is this? Whose idea was this? I thought the meteor shower would be cool. Can we get the ice back? Hi! Hello! Here's another floating island technique, just to prove a point. Oh no, this flower looks dead. I chose the wrong color. It's so pretty in that context though. I wish I would have done something a little bit different. What did I tell you guys? They love the floating islands. I love the floating islands. It's a win for everyone. Tests, package, panda, piggy bank, dragon, no questions asked, super vote. Look at her! Come on, you know you want to. You know you want to. Let's go! Let's go! I feel like I need redemption from the flower and the garden theme, so I chose flower. I had immediate intentions of building a rose, my inspiration being from Beauty and the Beast with a dramatic, thorned red rose. I'm not going to do the whole glass dome over it because it'll eat up too much of my time. I start with a block spam to build up the stem and the leaves, and I start to panic a little bit when adding in the rose petals because I knew I wouldn't be able to replicate something realistic. It would have to be enough to emulate a rose without actually looking like one. After building up the form and adding in a bit more green below the head of the flower, it started to take shape. These custom heads as thorns really sell it. For a simple flooring, I added some podzol to make it look like it was growing out of the ground. At the end, I was surprisingly happy with it, and I knew it would go over well. That one is deserved. I'm very happy with that. I really like how vague the theme animal is. It gives you a lot to work with. I didn't want the other themes to win though, so I went in with sushi. My whole idea for this was working with the kelp blocks. It creates a bit of an awkward grid texture, but the color is so spot on that I just had to work with it. I wanted to showcase the slices of a sushi roll and really get the specific colors down. I used white concrete powder to act as rice, then added acacia and prismarine for the middle bits. It all came together surprisingly well, and at this point I'm getting hungry. I ended up having a lot of extra time towards the end of the round, so to give it a little extra something, I threw in a simple knife with a detached hand. I don't know how to build knives. I think this works out okay. It's not the best, but you can understand what's going on by looking at it, and I think that's the most important thing. I can be happy with that. I wasn't sure I would get the legendary in the voting, as the concept was pretty simple, but I had a nice audience. Thanks, guys. I loved the theme sword in this round. I blame it on my addiction to Genshin Impact with all the beautiful weaponry they have, so I was hooked on the idea of building a claymore that had been stuck into the ground. I was brave and I used diamonds to combine the idea of a claymore and a diamond sword. Cyan concrete powder and prismarine complement the diamonds really well, so I used them for detailing. With a dark oak candle and a shadow in the ground to finish things off, I stepped away feeling super confident that this build was worth the legendary. It wasn't. Thank you for the win though. Oh, hey buddy! Are you okay? Oh, you look sad. I wanted the theme feather here, but not many other people jumped at it, so I voted for octopus to lessen the pain. I've done it a couple times and I always get stuck in this theme. I usually build the same thing with the water and the head and the tentacles coming out of the ground. I'd like to do something different next time, but anything else risks taking up too much of my time, so I really need to get a better idea for it. That being said, the custom heads work so well as suction cups at the bottom of the tentacles. It's so nice to see it all come together. He's kinda cute though, I'll give him that. You and my crab could be buddies. In the next round, I built this pterodactyl for the theme dinosaur. I was pretty proud of it. Look at his little toes. But I didn't get a legendary or a win. This little pixel art got first place. I don't blame them. That pink banner tongue is adorable. At this point, I'm so close to my goal. I only need one more legendary diamond rain to accomplish it. Redemption! I'm not even gonna risk it. I did exactly what I did last time, only I made it slightly bigger and the people loved it. I knew the sword had potential, and it's the cherry on top that concludes this challenge as my 10th legendary.